Newton Crouch Incorporated presents technical tips.
Hello, I'm Michael Carruth, salesman for Mississippi and Alabama for Newton Crouch. And this is our model 64-1250. 64 is the model of the truck, and it's got a 1,250 gallon stainless steel tank on it. This is where all the working valves are at on the truck, and each one of these valves has a purpose. So this is a butterfly valve that works the agitation, and it's got notches in it, and of course that's all the way closed, and then the more you open it, the more agitation you're going to get through the sparger tube in the truck. So this line is to shut the flow off to your booms, and that's important when you're loading chemicals. You want to make sure this is closed, so when you induct the chemicals into your main product tank, it's not filling this line up with pure chemicals. So always make sure this is closed when you're pulling chemicals out of the inductor tank into your main product tank. These two valves are for pumping chemical on and pumping chemical off. This one would be when you want to pump chemical on, take mixture off of the truck onto another tank. So pump on and pump off. This is your valve that cuts the flow off from the main tank. Right now it's in line, so it's on. Going across the line, it's off. This valve is connected to the chemical inductor. So when you have chemicals in your chemical inductor tank and you want to send them to your main product tank, you would want to have that valve open. And then once you get through pumping those chemicals out of your chemical inductor tank, you close that valve. So this is your chemical inductor tank. When you want to add chemicals to your main tank, then you would fill this up with the proper amount of chemicals and then open a valve, and it pulls the chemicals into your main product tank. This device here is a chemical jug washout. You put your jug over this nozzle, open this valve, and it's going to shoot water, a shower of water into the jug to triple rinse your jug. So this is a flow control valve for the main product pump, and we will set this at the desired flow, and once we set it at the desired flow, it's going to produce enough hydraulic oil to run the main product pump, and that's where it needs to stay. This is your hydraulic flow valve for your booms, and again we will set this at the factory for the proper amount of hydraulic flow to work the booms. You can increase and decrease the flow to make your booms react quicker or slower. This is a push-pull valve that operates the secondary pump. The lever goes toward the inside of the truck, and that pulls the plunger out, and the secondary pump is used to pull water out of your clean water tank to wash your tank out, and also to run a hose where you can wash off, a garden hose where you can wash off your truck, and that needs to be done at idle speed. This valve allows you to hook a water hose where you can wash the truck off, or you can dispense clean water into whatever you want to use it for. Wash your hands off, spray nozzles off, or your spray tips off to clean those. Whatever you would like to do, you can dispense clean water from right here. And if you activate the push-pull valve over there, it'll be pressurized. This valve cuts off your sparger tube in your truck to cut off your agitation. We have a rod leading to it that makes it easy to get to on the other side of the truck. This is your valve bank for all of your hydraulics on your truck that works the booms, to raise your boom back or raise your booms up and down for your height control, and then also to fold your booms in and out. This valve cuts the flow from your tank completely off. If there was an emergency and you needed to contain what's in your tank, then you could just come here and shut this valve, and it cuts all the flow off from your main product tank. This truck is equipped with booms, of course, that have a nozzle straight over your target, And then also it's equipped with boomless nozzles. In case you get in a situation where there's some obstacles out in the field you want to apply, you can fold the booms in and select or turn the valve toward the boomless nozzles, and you're able to use your boomless option. These are your electronic boom valves. These valves are the ones that will open and close to send product to whichever section you've selected in your rate controller. These are strainers for each section of boom that you have. This is the control valve. This is what's going to control the amount of flow going to the boom valves. This will open and close depending on how much is required to reach your target rate. This is your flow meter. It's a turbine inside that with sensors around that turbine, and it's telling the rate controller how much flow is going through the booms. So the control valve knows to speed up or slow down. This unit is equipped with a Raven SCS 450. And then also it's connected to a Raven Cruizer II. And this is your rate controller and this is your guidance. The Raven Cruizer II is your guidance, but it also is capable of performing Accuboom. And Accuboom is your automatic section control. So as you're going through the field and you get to applied and unapplied sections, it's going to automatically turn those sections on and off as you're entering those applied and unapplied sections.
We hope this video has answered your questions. Technical assistance is available 24/7 on our YouTube channel or our website, www.newtoncrouch.com. Give us a call at 800-241-1350. Our knowledgeable staff will be glad to help you. When you call NCI, you will always speak with a person who will make sure your questions are answered. No recordings. Proudly made in America, a family-owned business since 1940, Newton Crouch.